He's the single greatest figure in all of human history. Welcome to Top 10 City, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 Detective Robbins moments. Now, it was nearly impossible to narrow it down to just 10 choices, but we did our best. Let's get this show on the road. Number 10. Detective Robbins abolishes slavery. Now, chances are if you've taken a history course, you'll be taught that Abraham Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation. This is, of course, false. It was Detective Robbins. He was jogging around one day, decided to make a stop at the White House, and he said, "Hey, Abe, this whole slavery thing, it's kind of messed up." And Abe was like, "Well, yeah, but there's nothing we can do about it. It's not like we can just, write out this proclamation and just free all the slaves." And that gave Detective Robbins the best idea ever. That very night, he wrote up a proclamation that did just that. His only regret was not doing it sooner. Number 9. Detective Robbins directed the life-changing documentary Blackfish and continues to voice his support for killer whales to this day. Upon taking a trip to SeaWorld, Detective Robbins discovered that it was not as it seemed. He saw how poorly these lovely, beautiful animals were treated, and he said, "You know what? I am going to make a documentary about this, and it is going to win the Satellite Award for Best Motion Picture Documentary." And the rest was history. Number 8. Detective Robbins went to Dave & Buster's the other day and had a great time. Boy, oh boy, he loved it. Official sources have told us that his favorite game was the basketball. Man, he does love shooting those hoops. Detective Robbins was sorely disappointed to have only gotten 105 tickets at the end, which was 45 short of the little bouncy ball that he really wanted from the gift shop. Number 7. Detective Robbins gave Albert Einstein the idea for his famous theory of relativity. He walked up to him and said, "Hey, you're that, E equals MC squared guy." And that's when it hit Albert Einstein. Number 6. Detective Robbins voted for Walter Mondale in 1984. Now, many of you will remember the 1984 election as a landslide victory for Ronald Reagan. While many will consider Walter Mondale to be the worst presidential candidate of all time, Detective Robbins disagreed. He saw what a brilliant change he could bring to this country. And to help Walter Mondale with his campaign, he published a very popular, albeit controversial video on YouTube in which he sat down at his desk and said, "Walter Mondale. I will be voting for Walter Mondale." Shockingly enough, Detective Robbins' support just wasn't enough to get Mondale over the line. Number 5. The many murder cases he has solved over the years. Now, of course, when you think of Detective Robbins, the first thing you think of is genius, brilliance, handsomeness. But after that, the second thing you think of is how good he is at solving murder cases. The cases he has solved in the past include, but are not limited to, the O.J. Simpson trial and the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand. He played an instrumental role in getting both of those cases fully solved. Number 4. Detective Robbins tried his very best to rescue his neighbor's cat that got stuck up a tree, but that stupid thing just wouldn't come down. Number 3. Detective Robbins is a big fan of Maroon 5. Boy, oh boy, do they know how to make a hit. When Detective Robbins has any spare time, you can catch him jamming along to Maroon 5's hottest new track. When prompted about what his favorite Maroon 5 song was, Detective Robbins replied, "That's like asking me to pick my favorite child. I don't have any." And also Payphone's really good. Coming in at number 2, Detective Robbins won Time Magazine's Sexiest Man of the Year 5 years in a row, beating out figures such as Mother Teresa, Gandhi, and Martin Luther King. Eventually, Time changed the award to be permanently awarded to the second Sexiest Man of the Year. And number 1, the best Detective Robbins moment of all time is his brilliant new invention that I cannot reveal to you yet. You'll have to watch the movie Blood Orange to check it out. Boy, oh boy, I mean, what an invention it is. It's never been done before in the detective world. It's gonna revolutionize the way we look at solving crime. You really are not gonna wanna miss this. I mean, Detective Robbins has outdone himself. I mean, even by his standards, this invention is ludicrous. Well, that just about wraps up our top 10 Detective Robbins moments video. Of course, we have enough moments in history to make millions of these. Just one small disclaimer, this video was paid for and endorsed by Detective Robbins himself.